Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Specialist Automotive Software Tester. Now we are getting started with the chapter 2, which is going to talk about standards for the testing of electrical and electronic systems. Now that's where it goes more important when it comes to the automotive tester, that what is the different standards which we need to make sure. As we are talking about the safety critical system, the standard plays a vital role. And definitely this, as a part of this chapter, we'll be understanding a lot of standards in a much deeper way in order to help you understand that what exactly these standards are and how exactly they support you from different aspects. But the good thing is that being an automotive tester, you must be already aware about these standards. So mainly what we are trying to do as a part of this tutorial is telling you that what exactly ISTQB wants to know from you and this particular prospect. So as a part of this chapter, we'll be having 4 topics covered under the chapter. That is 2.1 Automotive Spice, which is A-Spice, 2.2 ISO 26262, 2.3 AutoSAR, and 2.4 Comparison. But yes, each topic comes with some more subtopics to be covered in more detail. That's the reason we will be breaking this tutorial into simpler forms. So as under 2.1, we'll be covering 2.1.1 design and structure of the standards, and 2.1.2 requirements of the standards. So let's get started with the first segment and the very first subtopic of 2.1.1, that is design and structure of the standard, that is working with the introduction. So generally the process improvement follows the approach that the quality of the system depends on the quality of the development process. So process model of the case offers an option for improvements by measuring the process capability and organization compared to the model. Furthermore, the model serves as the framework for the improvement of the process of an organization using the assessment results. So of course, this is just like any other development model. We have a lot of criteria to be fulfilled in order to make sure that quality is just not a responsibility of the testing team, but yes, it's an overall approach. So if we have not found defects much early in the life cycle, or if we don't have a good methodology right from the beginning in a particular application development process, then obviously the testing alone could not be called as responsible for degradation of the quality. So quality is a continuous process which starts right from the beginning, and at the same time we have to take different measures at different point of time to meet the expectations of the customer with a very good quality of the product. So here we are talking about the SPICE, which generally means that it is one of the standard from the point of process and methods. So yes, SPICE completely deals with the process and methods, and we will be understanding more about the same thing. So here just in basic introduction, like from 2001, the SPICE user group and the AutoSIG, which stands for Automotive Special Interest Group, developed automotive SPICE standards, and since it's published in 2005, the standard has been well established in the automotive industry, so it's very widely used. So in July 2015, the German Association of Automotive Industry, that is VDA, released A-SPICE version 3.0. Now in 2017, a new version has been added to this, which is version 3.1, which will come into action and replace the previous versions of A-SPICE. Additionally, when you talk about the next segment, here we are talking about the 2 major dimensions of the A-SPICE. What exactly? Like from the point of process and methods, we do say that A-SPICE is one of the standard, but what exactly they do and how exactly they help us in order to improvise and standardize our process and methods. So there are 2 major dimensions of A-SPICE, that is process dimension and capability dimensions. So in the process dimension, A-SPICE defines the process reference model, like what kind of standards you will be measuring, what kind of protocols you will be following in order to develop a particular project, and a lot of standard templates, making sure at every milestone you have good number of matrices to measure the progress and calibrations issues. So a lot of things will be coming into this picture, and from the point of process, these serves as a reference to compare the organization process against, so that they can be assessed and improved. So we do have A-SPICE, and that will help you to measure your compatibility of your process which you are following within your industry, in order to make sure that how much you comply with the ASPICE standards of the process dimension, and then obviously improvising yourself from time to time. For each process, ASPICE defines the purpose and the result as well as the required action. So it's just like any kind of consultation review where you will be diagnosed with your process, and at the same time you will also get corrective actions in order to improvise your process. So yes, you get the required actions and the work results, which is like work products. If an organization needs further references process beyond ASPICE, these can be taken as an example from ISO IEC 12207 or ISO IEC 15288. So for more detail, you can refer them. But as a part of this, these are the standards which are just for the reference. If you want to have more information, you can always refer them. On the other side, when you talk about the capability dimensions, ASPICE defines a number of process attributes. These provide the measurable features of the process capability. For each process, there are process-specific as well as generic attributes. When you talk about ISO IEC 33020 serves as a basis for the assessment of the process capability. We will be talking a little more detail in the capability maturity model of the automobile industry in the next tutorial. So we're just getting started and trying to understand how exactly capability dimensions can also be measured with respect to certain substandards of ASPICE. With the help of this model, it is possible to assess the process, that is the process dimension, and regarding their capability, which is capability dimensions. So yes, so we do have different standards to make sure and calibrate our process to meet the expectations of the industries and the customer quality perspective. The second important part of this chapter and this topic is process categories in the process dimensions. So what kind of process categories do we have specific to the process dimensions? So in the previous slide, we understood that there are two parameters, process dimensions and capability dimensions. So same way here, we are further getting into deeper dive of process dimensions. So yes, we have a lot of process categories which are addressed as a part of process dimension. So ASPICE groups the process into 8 process groups. Then the process groups into 3 process categories. So let's see what are these 8 categorized under 3 different major parts. So the first one is primary processes. So the primary processes includes all processes that serve as key process of the company. Acquisition of the products and services, which is in short also known as ACQ. Supply of the products and or services, which is again short form known as SPL, which is the acronym of supply. System engineering, which is SYS. Software engineering, SWE. And the next category is support processes, like generally for supporting your process like add-on and additional services, which includes all processes that support other processes. For example, supporting processes. So SUP is another one which will help you. And not only that, the third category is from the organization point of view. Does the organization process include all processes that support the company objectives? Because when it comes to the product-based organizations, you have a good policy which we need to follow, and you have a standard-wide strategy for the products which you're making, and the product has to meet the expectations. So thus the organization contribution equally becomes important other than the methodology and the process which you're following. So yes, we have 3 parameters under that as well. That is management of the process and project, process improvement PIM, and reuse of the system and components, which is REU. So reuse, yes, because most of the time you make use of legacy systems, and you have a lot of codes and tests relying earlier from the previous versions, and you can take use of that, but not everything, because we are talking about the complex generation where a lot of complex features are being developed every time, and a lot of new variants of the same model are coming up. So don't forget to relate your learnings from the previous chapter when understanding these concepts. So reusability will really be playing a vital role, that how much you can really reuse from the previous codes and previous practices. So for the tester, the process group system development, that is SYS, and software development, that is SWE, are special interest. So generally the software testers will be involved, or automotive testers will be mainly concerned about SYS and SWE. These build the process of the automotive SPICE V model. So we will be talking a little more about that in upcoming chapters, so don't worry about that. So yes, so we just wanted to get you introduction, but of course there's another topic which we'll be covering in the next tutorial, so stay tuned for that. So that's all from this particular episode, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'll be always there to answer your queries and address them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.